78. Well, go on. Of course the coach didn't come along, continued Tom, and the other farmers were good and mad, as you may well believe. I should think so, said Caddy. They began to plot how they could get rid of Pee-wee. So they came to his farm one day and got him and put him in a big hogshead barrel. They headed it up the Pee-wee with Pee-wee inside, and they trundled it down to the lake where they meant to drown him. Now on the edge of the lake there was a tavern like the one down to Dunville, and before they drowned Pee-wee, the farmers decided they'd go in and get a drink to celebrate getting rid of him. So in they went, leaving Pee-wee in the hogshead on the edge of the lake. Let me out, shouts Pee-wee, pounding his fists on the sides of the hogshead. Now just at this time along comes an old shepherd, driving his flock of sheep. He was old and he had come a long way, and he was mighty tired of life. So he asked Pee-wee what was the matter, and when Pee-wee told him, he says, I'll change places with you, Pee-wee. I'm old and I am and mighty tired of life. So he took the head off the barrel and let it. This is Tom's story, by the way, it's just a joke. And let Pee-wee out, and he got in himself, while Pee-wee headed up the hogshead and went off, driving all the sheep before him to his own farm. Pretty soon out came the other farmers, feeling pretty gay. Goodbye, Pee-wee, says they. Good riddance to bad rubbish. And they up and pushed the hogshead into the lake. On their way home they stopped by Pee-wee's farm to divide up his things among themselves, and there was old Pee-wee himself with a fine new flock of sheep. How come you're here, and where did you get all those sheep? Asked the farmers. We thought you were at the bottom of the lake. So I was, says Pee-wee. You put me there yourselves, didn't you? But 'tis a grand place at the bottom of the lake, and full of sheep. I took only the smallest part for myself. There's flocks and flocks left for the rest of you. Do tell, says the rest of the farmers, and they were all so greedy they ran and jumped in the lake to get flocks of sheep. Of course they never came back again, and Pee-wee was lord and master of all their lands and cattle, and that's the end. Caddy heaved a deep sigh. That's a good story, Tom, she said admiringly. Only I hope you didn't live happily ever after. Well, sometimes he used to have nightmares, conceded Tom. Well, my turn now, said Warren, coming up from the second round. Caddy sat her hands to the handles of the plow and chirped to Betsy. As she went away down the field, she heard Tom beginning, Once upon a time there was an old farmer named Pee-wee. How many times she hoped to hear it again, for that became the Woodlawn children's favorite story. Many years later, Caddy herself, laughing and protesting, had to tell it over and over to begging children and grandchildren.